one saying, "Oh, bless her heart. She's a hero. She's this and that," and they can't see stuff like that, which it shows what kind of people we are and what kind of people they are, and it shows the difference in how people look at things and how people can't take a step back and look at the big picture.
It blows my eyes.
And they jump on the train.
Blows my mind.
They jump on the hype train, too. They want to be a part of something.
Yep.
And in the beginning,
yeah.
it was all about Gypsy, and now the backlash has happened, and they're like, oh, fuck, I supported her. I can't jump off the train now, even though it's right in my face that she might not be who she says she is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, a politician almost. I mean, that's what she's doing. She's politicking her way through life, tricking people, convincing people,
and she's doing it,
and then changing her fucking story.
She's doing it in the social media age, where a lot of us who have an opinion don't fucking matter. A lot of us shouldn't have an opinion because it's bad, but we do live in social media, which means you can get different perspectives, and maybe somebody can say something and you go, oh man, I never thought about that. Oh yeah, that changes my whole thing.
Yeah.
So social media can be very, very positive, and then it can be very, very toxic. And you have to, the one thing that I always say about us common sense people need to take back the word woke, because the people that use that word misuse it, okay? Because being woke is, the true definition is recognizing bullshit, not participating in it.
Right.
And I think that we're woke when it comes to Gypsy Rose because we recognize the bullshit and we're not participating in it.
I think that Gypsy Rose is evil. I do.
I don't. I
don't know how
she has
y'all
the
feel
potential.
about it.
She has the potential of. I think she's I don't think she's the person she portrays to be. I don't know if evil is the right word for it. I don't know.
I'm going to say evil. I don't get good vibes from her.
I think that if you I'll take that back. Maybe I will say she's evil for what she did to Nick, because she did to Nick exactly what her mom did to her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she's bitching about what her mom did to her, but she doesn't see anything wrong about what she did to Nick. So that is the ultimate fucking evil.
I'm telling you.
I think you said it best. I don't think this is the end of her story. I think we're just getting started, and I think that I'm at the point where I'm just waiting for the next thing to happen. Something's going to set her off, and she's going to show her true
I think
colors.
she's getting really cocky to the point where, look, I've already been to jail. I've talked about this to death. I can't get convicted anymore. So
she's going to feel invincible.
She's going to feel invincible. She's going to slip up and say something, and there's going to be more videos of people going, look at this clip, look at that clip, look what she said here, look what she said there. Yeah. And there's going to be a stream of, it's going to be like a snowball effect, just, and you going to be able to point out just inconsistencies and just bullshit and plain arrogance. And I'll give it maybe a year, maybe two, if she stays in the public eye. I think her best bet now, she's not going to do it because she's getting high off of this shit, but her best bet now is to disappear into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
She's addicted to the fame. You can tell.
Yep.
And her husband is too. By the way, God, to him, it's only a matter of time before you're not in the picture anymore. Mark my words.
Or you're.
What if he kills her?
What? Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but I was going to say, when does he's abusing me start?
Yeah.
Oh, it's around the corner. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you that he's going to be out of the picture some way, shape, or form, or it might be she might wind up getting killed.
I'm waiting for that interview for her to go, you know what? I was excited to get out of jail. I thought he loved me, and I jumped right into the situation, and it's like poor Gypsy again.
Oh, what if she kills him out of a passionate crime?
I don't think that she'll kill anybody. I don't think that she has the balls to do that.
Well, technically, she hasn't killed anybody.
I don't think that she ever will, because I don't think that she has the balls to do it. Now, could she be talking to another dude and be like, "Hey, this motherfucker's abusing me"?
Could be. If you get the right crazy fan.
Oh yeah, and she's 32 now. She's her eye is not as bad as it is. Her hair's grown out. Mm-hmm. If you saw her on the street or whatever, you would say she's a normal, semi-attractive looking young lady. But because she's this celebrity thing now, mm-hmm. you get the loonies come out, and now she's on a pedestal, and an average looking, semi-attractive woman is now the desire of these fucking mentally handicapped people.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't see any good in this woman. I think that she was a victim, but at some point she became conscious of that she is the victim, and that she was going to use that victim mentality and circumstance to her benefit.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I have sympathy and empathy for what she's been through and how her mom treated her. But at a certain point, there was a flip where she chose to be just like her mom and be just as manipulative and deceitful and conniving. And so I don't have sympathy or empathy for anything that's happened since that.
Right. And the problem is that most people can't do that you did. They won't let their sympathy for her overtake their what they the truth is.
Right.
You say, "Oh, I like this person," and you say, "Yeah, well, this person said this and that," and you're like, "I still like them," I still like them, and you're like, "But all this thing says that the reason why you like them is not necessarily true, because they wouldn't be saying all this stuff."
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people just cannot recognize that.
Unfortunately,
and I think we've done a good job today pointing out holes in everything and making cases for why she's not well liked by us, at least. I would love to hear somebody else's perspective that's in her corner, because other than the abuse, I don't see any way that they can take up for her. I don't see any justification.
Well, goddamn, she was on The View. What was it, last week or something like that? And then she was taking fault for the murder, and there's like, "Oh, honey, don't say that. Don't say that. You didn't do anything wrong."
What's her name? Joy Hart? Is that her name?
I don't watch The View.
I don't watch
idea.
The View.
Yeah, the redheaded bitch.
The redheaded bitch that nobody likes anybody on The View, because The View is a bunch of yapper fucking leftist bitches. But she's like, she said, I something bad was happening to me, and I chose to handle it the wrong way. And that's when Joey said, "Oh, don't say that.
You didn't
but
do
that's
anything
the truth."
wrong.
She for once, she's actually saying, like, "I handled this the wrong way."
Well, that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason why she was in prison, is because she handled it the wrong way, right? And here is a gypsy stan, so to speak.
Right.
Which, if you know Joey, she says the most stupidest. Even if you don't watch The View, you'll come across Facebook or Twitter like, "Oh, Joey blah 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 says this," and you're like, she always she I don't know. She's a leftist fucking nutwing that jumped on this story, jumped on the bandwagon. We got everybody's in your corner, that type of shit. And yeah, people like her encourages Gypsy to keep up the facade like she does.
Right.
So it's bullshit influencing more bullshit.
Yeah.
Scat
Squatch. Another sighting of Scat Squatch.
Yeah, it's a big old pile of Scat Squatch.
Scat Squatch. Buy our t-shirt, merch and bio.
Coming soon.
Scat Squatch merch. But no, seriously, like I just, she gives me the ick every time I hear her talk.
Yeah.
I think she's evil. I mean, that's
you want to know what offends me more than anything?
What?
In the beginning, I was on her side.
Yeah.
That's what offends me more than anything, is that I was literally on her side, and I was the one sympathizing for what she was going through. But
right,
now that she's been out, and now that I've seen the way that she has conducted herself and the words that she's
presented herself,
and more importantly, the fact that Nick is not mentioned in anything that she does, that really opened my eyes to how
what kind of person
she really is. And it really upset me, because I was on her side. I thought her mother was this evil person that deserved to die, and if she wouldn't have died, Gypsy would have died, and it was either her.
Right.
It was either Gypsy or her, and I would much rather Gypsy, because Gypsy never had a chance to be in the real world. Right? That's the way I felt.
Yeah, she robbed her of life.
She robbed her of a childhood, of life, and everything else, or robbed her of teenagehood by trying to still keep her a child, stuff like that. I fell for the shit, but then as it goes on, you find out that the nut might not have fallen too far from the fucking tree.
Yeah,
right.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think that her mother was evil. The embodiment of what you would think of a piece of shit is.
Right.
Like, her mom was just a terrible human being that really didn't deserve a child and didn't deserve life on this earth. It was just a waste. She was useless.
Her father flushed her ashes down the toilet.
Rightfully so.
Right.
And nobody batted an eye.
By the way, Gypsy, her whole family, Dee Dee's whole family hated her, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't say that earlier, but her family knew that she was a rotten person.
Right,
and
her dad.
And an evil person, and a manipulative person, not a good person at all.
I don't think there's a good person in the family.
Wasn't it her cousin or her nephew that said he saw something coming? He just was waiting for the moment that she pissed off the right person, and they yanked her.
Yeah.
He was
the
like,
tattoo artist.
I always knew something was going to happen to her. She was going to die one way or the other.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I really wish her father would have gained custody of her, because he seems like a level-headed guy, and especially her dad's her stepmom.
Yeah,
like she seems like a really good, caring person. Like even if but I understand that the father was very young, and he didn't have his life worked out, and he made some mistakes, and who knows? I bet you that at some point that he was manipulated by Dee Dee to get married. I mean,
what I've thought about since then is, like, I completely agree with you. I feel like Gypsy's life would be so different, and so it would have been so much better had he gotten custody of her.
Yeah.
But at this point where Gypsy is now, I almost worry for her dad and stepmom that they're going to become victims of her manipulation.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, because I think that in the beginning of her getting out of prison, they are heavily in her corner. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering over time will they see something, because the dad said that finally me and her, we've lost so much time, but finally me and her can be a father and a daughter now.
Right.
I'm wondering how much of that will actually happen, or will, now that she's with this fucking crazy, I shouldn't say crazy, but this, suspicious Ryan dude.
Yeah.
Right. How much is he going to let her be around them? Because maybe when she gets around them, they will ground her in reality, and he's the one keeping her ego up here and keeping her in the clouds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so,
he's trying to ride this wave as much as she is.
I'm waiting for that Inside Edition, Gypsy Rose's father and stepmother finally speak out on the real truth.